Let's take a trip back in time to 2003, a time before smartphones, a time where going to Chuck E. Cheese was fun instead of horrifying, a time where your biggest concern was what Lunchables mom packed you that day in your school lunch. At least, that's what it was for me. A lot of you were probably swimming around your father's nutsack at that time, but I was a wee lad of just 7 years. It was a simpler time where we really weren't impressed by much, were we? Definitely one of my biggest gaming memories was all the times I would be going to the store or going to the doctor or running whatever errand my mom had to bring me along to do, and to make the time pass by, I would be playing my Game Boy Advance SP. I have so many memories playing games like Sonic Battle, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards, Nickelodeon Freeze Frame Frenzy, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Duel Academy, Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 Duels of Destiny, Dragon Ball Z Boost Fury, Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship Edition 2004. I really liked Yu-Gi-Oh! Back then. Then I remember, while I was getting my fix of Kirby Right Back Atcha and Sonic X on the Fox Box on Saturday mornings, they started heavily advertising something that, even back then, I found strange.
TV shows on the go, TV shows on the go. It's GBA Video, Game Boy Advance Video.
Now Game Boy Advance plays more than games. It's got TV shows too. With GBA Video, the shows are right in the cartridges. One video pack holds multiple episodes with full color and sound. So you can watch your favorite shows whenever you want, wherever you want.
Whoa, it's TV without the TV.
TV shows on the go, TV shows on the go.
Catch the start of something big, right in your hand.
It's GBA Video, Game Boy Advance Video.
Thanks, Eggman. This whole story begins with a company called Majesco Entertainment. If you don't think you've heard of Majesco Entertainment, you'd be wrong. They have had a hand in a bunch of games that you all know and love. They published games like Cooking Mama, some of the Guilty Gear games, and even Psychonauts. They've also created a bunch of licensed and shovelware games as well. So I guess you could call them the modern day LJN. They decided in 2003 that they were going to make it possible to play full motion, full color video on a Game Boy Advance. Now, this is already a crazy thing to do. Let's think about the logistics of this for a second. Majesco had to somehow achieve putting 1 hour's worth of television with a standard resolution of 480p on a Game Boy Advance cartridge, which was capable of only holding at most 64 megabytes. Not gigabytes, megabytes. And they had to make it watchable. For reference, a standard 480p feature-length movie is about a file size of 1 or 2 gigabytes. Even just going with 1 gigabyte, that's still over 15 times the size of a Game Boy Advance cartridge at its largest. So how did they achieve this? First, they had to compress the hell out of the video file in order to make it fit. A Game Boy Advance screen is only 240 by 160. They had to scale down the image 3 sizes smaller. Of course, scaling the image down that much is going to cause a lot of playback issues, since now a lot of the visual information is going to get lost because the image has 3 times less pixels to work with. So Majesco had to create 2 technologies which they patented to even make doing this possible. I'm just going to say the gist of the patents verbatim, that way it can sound like I know what I'm talking about and I have more than 2 brain cells. The first thing they had to create was a brand new video codec. A video codec that allows for improved performance of embedded devices using vector quantization and the high correlation between frames in a scene to reduce the overhead associated with displaying video data. The second was a technology that allowed the smaller resolution image to appear better than it should. The present invention manipulates the color information of images or video sequences and improves the appearance of the display by dithering representations of the images in a color space having a luminance coordinate. Do I sound smart yet? Both of these inventions were credited to Alexander Gania. Though Majesco created most of the video cartridges that were developed for the Game Boy Advance, there were 2 other companies who contributed to creating the video packs. The first one, obviously, was Nintendo. The other was everyone's favorite dubbing company, 4Kids Entertainment. Together, all three of them brought about the most popular children's shows of the 2000s to be a part of this new craze. SpongeBob, Jimmy Neutron, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Sonic X, Dragon Ball GT, it was all there. Not only that, but later down the line in 2006, DreamWorks joined in as well, releasing GBA video packs of Shrek, Shrek 2, and Shark Tale. Some were even a double pack. Think about how insane that is. They released a double pack of Shrek and Shark Tale, 2 feature-length movies on this little cartridge. Sure, they had to compress it to 112p, but they did it. For reference, you know when your YouTube video gets really bad quality and goes down to even lower than 240p? It's worse quality than that. Even the press was hype about this new way of watching TV shows. News sources like IGN were hyped for GBA video. They were convinced it was going to be the next big thing. Well, how did it go? Well, considering most of these titles were canceled before coming out, what do you think? Wait, did I say canceled? Haha, I tricked you! You're watching an episode of Releasing the Unreleased! I'm just kidding. Well, I'm only half kidding. This actually was originally going to be an episode of Releasing the Unreleased about Sonic X Volume 2, Chaos Emerald Chaos, but I thought making a bigger video based on the Game Boy Advance video packs would be much more interesting. Back on topic, yeah, these didn't do very well. Sure, they were sold on the shelves for 2 whole years, but even then, I don't remember them ever being anything but full stock while in the stores. DVDs took its chokehold on the media distribution scene, so everybody was buying DVDs at this point. Why would they want to get a vastly lower quality product for around the same price? Not only that, but in my honest opinion, it came out too late in the Game Boy Advance's lifespan. GBA video packs came out the same year that the Nintendo DS came out. Everybody very quickly moved on to the DS once it dropped, leaving the GBA in the dust. It seemed more like a last-ditch effort to squeeze any last relevance the GBA could have had. Sure, you could still put these in your DS and play them, but I was too busy playing Super Mario 64 DS and WarioWare Touched and Yoshi Touch and Go. No, we've said it before, we don't talk about that game! If these came out in 2001, maybe even 2002, it probably would have had a chance to be a novelty. Also at this point, the PSP was on the horizon.
PSPs are good, clean fun, right? So why are they also known by the name PlayStation Portable?
Yeah, that one. The PSP was able to play full movies on it without sacrificing much of the quality at all. The PSP UMDs were able to do everything the GBA wanted to do and more. I didn't know a single person who bought the GBA video packs. Well, except for me. That's right, I have a GBA video pack of Dragon Ball GT of all shows. So, let's pop it in my Retron 5 and give it a watch. Thank you everybody so much for watching this video, and I hope you like this sort of experimental type of video. I would love to talk more about video game oddities, so if you'd like me to make more episodes like this, let me know in the comments below and even give some suggestions of things you would like me to talk about. If you want to help us out, like, comment, and subscribe to get more videos like this, and hit that bell to be notified of our next video. If you really want to help us out, hit that join button to become a channel member and get a shout out in every video like Andrew's Retro Games and FBear05, and also get video content earlier than everyone else. You can also go in the description and buy our merch to get our shirts, mugs, and stickers. I almost cried watching Dragon Ball GT from a GBA cartridge, but it made it so much better drinking vodka out of my GCN mug. Yeah, that one. I will also be going live this Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with the following games on screen. If you want to join us and talk live with me, make sure you join us for those, and this Friday, we will be reviewing Kirby and the Forgotten Land as a part of our Kirby retrospective. With that, I bid you, my well-esteemed guests, adieu.